Wait, is that a Dolphins fan? Wait,
Oh,
you
crap,
can't
crap,
be
crap,
here.
crap,
Get
crap.
out.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm back from Boston, and I'm here making a video, and I'm actually really happy to be back, to be honest. And honestly, I feel like I've been a little bit too negative on this channel. Like, I feel like I'm complaining too much on this channel. I think it's throwing some people off. So I do apologize for that, and I will try to do better. But let's talk about something that's been going on for a long time. Not a long time, but for a few weeks now. Who are the Dolphins going to hire at head coach? It looks like it's going to come down to either Brian Daboll from the Buffalo Bills or Mike McDaniel from the San Francisco 49ers, who obviously Brian Daboll and Mike McDaniel are both the offensive coordinators of their respective teams. The Bills and the 49ers are both in the playoffs. And as I'm recording this, at least, the Bills and Chiefs game is still playing, so I don't know what's going to happen. But as of this recording, they're both also still alive in the playoffs. It also can come down to Vance Joseph, despite everything I've said about that guy. I wish I started this channel earlier because I have been ranting about how overrated Vance Joseph is ever since he was our defensive coordinator in 2016. So how ironic would that be if he came to our team? But it seems like I'm not alone. A lot of other people don't want that to happen. Anyway, they're talking about like Doug Peterson, just a lot of different people, but it looks like it's probably going to come down to one of those two. And those are the two that I would hire if it does come down to either of them. We got to see what happens in the playoffs first. But this is very more or less about Tua Tagovailoa. Probably shouldn't have used the word more or less because it is definitely about Tua Tagovailoa. I guess they just don't think that Brian Flores is gonna help Tua become the best quarterback he can be, which fine, fair. I still think Brian Flores was a really good coach. I would have given him one more year to at least try to make the playoffs, but I guess I kind of get it. They don't want to give up on their quarterback too early, but I guess that's why he's gone. But Mike McDaniel and Brian Daboll would be a very good fit for this Dolphins team. I think they see Brian Daboll, they're like, oh, well, look at how well Josh Allen is doing, even though he was supposed to be a project and people were saying that was risky. Now look how he's doing. So I guess they're hoping he can do the same thing with Tua. But also Mike McDaniel, where you have a quarterback like Jimmy Garoppolo, who's not the best, but I mean, hey, they're in the NFC Championship game. They made a Super Bowl. He's really not playing that bad. I know that's not all Mike McDaniel, but it still has to do with him a little bit. So it definitely would come down to those two coaches, in my opinion. But who would I hire? I don't know. I mean, I'd be happy with both of them. I guess it does come down to one of those two. I'm actually going to give it to Mike McDaniel, though, just because I feel like Tua is more similar to Jimmy Garoppolo than Josh Allen. And don't take that as like this terrible thing. I just physically and honestly upside, I think he's closer to Jimmy Garoppolo, which you can win with any quarterback. It's a lot harder when you don't have one that's elite or good, but you can win with any quarterback. I think Mike McDaniel, if they do what they do in San Francisco, only in Miami instead, I think that would really benefit because the 49ers are a very run-heavy offense, and they don't make Jimmy Garoppolo do a whole lot, but Jimmy Garoppolo is able to do enough with the plays he's given, and look at where they are now. So, whereas with the Bills, I think that Brian Daboll can do more than he would have done since Josh Allen is just a more physically gifted quarterback than some other guys, I guess, if that makes sense. I'm not saying I'm doubting Tua's ability to be super athletic, but just from what we've seen, he doesn't have the best arm, and he's just not the greatest decision maker. I feel like Mike McDaniel would make things a lot easier on the Dolphins and Tua. So if that happens, honestly, it wouldn't be the worst idea to get rid of Brian Flores. I shouldn't say get rid of, but just, move on from Brian Flores. But that would be the direction I go. I still think Brian Daboll would work. And honestly, if worse comes to worse and Tua's just not the guy, hey, they move on and get a quarterback that's better and it works out for both, I guess. But that would be my pick. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know about this Sean Payton stuff. Maybe he moves on because that would be like a no-brainer hire to get Sean Payton. I mean, if Tua's supposed to be the next Drew Brees, then there you go. But we'll just kind of wait and see on that. But Anyway, so yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And until next time, fins up.